Okay, we got it. Not how we thought. Sometimes we have to adapt, right? Okay, well, I am so excited because I have someone on here that I absolutely love, Christina. She's been just such a bright light. We've been actually roommates 2 years in GTC and just one of the sweetest people in the whole world. And she is on fire. Her business is booming, which is, I always knew she would just blow this out of the water. And so I'm excited for her to share what she's doing, what shift she made, because what has it been, how many years, 3 or 4?
Yeah, so I officially opened up my Arbonne account in May of 2015. So it's definitely
Almost
been,
4 years.
yeah, it's been a while now. So
Okay, yeah. So anyway, I wanted her to share because I know a lot of you guys are new and really excited just to hear kind of what she's doing with herself and her team. But also there's people on here and in our team who have been around for, 2, 3, 4 years and maybe could use some inspiration as far as what you did really to make that shift. So I'm going to turn it over to you and let you share your story. And then I've got some questions from some of my team because they, of course, were so excited to learn from you. So go ahead and share your story.
I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I was honestly so honored when Alexa asked. I was like, is this for life right now? Because I've been on the other side per se of this, as you can tell, for a very long time, like I just shared with you. And I've definitely been in a lot of y'all can relate to's position for a while. And so, like I said, back in 2015, graduated high school, was introduced to Arbonne through a family friend and was absolutely blown away by this company and the business opportunity. I had no idea things like this even existed. I was just truly like, this is incredible. Like everything that Arbonne offered, I was blown away. So I jumped in, became a product junkie, and honestly fell in love with everything. And then from there, going to college really became what you would say is like a professional like meeting goer, so I was always there, always around, and showed up to a lot of our Discover Arbonnes and even trainings with Maggie, and was still in the community. And I really enjoyed that there in the beginning, especially through college and just becoming an adult. And then from graduating college this past May, and all of the uncertainty that comes with that, and now really stepping into the adult world, I just this past September really decided, to absolutely go for it. And that was after our retreat that we did this past September, and really made that shift. And now just business is blowing up, and it's been incredible and a very awesome journey to finally step into this incredible company in this business. So yeah, that's my journey so far.
Awesome. Okay, well, is it okay if I ask you some questions? Mm-hmm. Okay. So first things first, I just want to know, and I think it always interests everybody, what are your favorite, like, top 3 products that you love and don't go without? If you had to pick those 3.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Oh my, definitely Fizz. Literally, definitely Fizz. yeah, I'm like, definitely the Fizz. And then I would say, oh my gosh, it is so hard to choose.
How do you pick just 3?
Fizz, our mascara, I think, is absolutely incredible. I literally could not live without it. And I would say our Digestion Plus, honestly, because I deal with such digestive issues that's been a game changer for my life.
Yes, I know. I always just like to hear what people,
yeah.
Things. Okay, so now questions from other people. So where are you finding prospects? Are they warm market, cold market, people you meet on social media, people in person? Like, how are you finding the people you're talking to and bringing into your team?
Yeah, so to kind of give you guys perspective, so this past September at our retreat, we, over in Orlando, I was a team of 1, and the girl on my team is from California that I sponsored a few months back, and she's really not even around much anymore. And so from September, being a consultant, team of one, and really having to start over, if that makes sense. Because over the past few years, I've been in and out of DM qual. I can't even count how many times. And I've been, I've talked to people, then not talked to people, you know what I mean? And I was all over the place. And
how many people would you say before September had you sponsored, like throughout your journey?
Probably
like ballpark. Okay. I thought, I knew it was low like that, so I just wanted people to understand, like.
There, before this girl that is still technically on my team, it was one the year before. So definitely sponsoring was not my strong suit, and as you can tell, that's kind of
now it is.
Yes. So, and I've had preferred clients, and I've always shared the products, of course, but to truly build this business and truly to get to where, you want to go, I had to, get more involved with sponsoring. So after the retreat in September, when I truly decided to honestly make that shift of like, I'm going to stop caring about what other people think. I'm going to stop allowing, their opinion to have so much weight into my life and into my choices, and truly just go for something that I honestly believe to my core that God brought a part of my life. And I'm going to honor this gift now that, is, come across my lap, and truly just share it with as many people as I can. And so kind of really starting over in September, I reached out to anybody and everybody. It was Instagram, it was in person, my contacts, people I've talked to even before. It didn't matter if it was 6 months before or a year, I'm contacting them again just to honestly share my heart and for what this company has, done for me thus far, even not on the financial side or success side yet. And that I absolutely think that it's worth taking a look at. And so it was really anything and everything I could, if I don't know if that helps.
Yeah. But, so whenever you reached out to them, give us an idea, like, did you go straight for it? Did you, like, especially for the people that you maybe didn't know, was like the first message, like, hey, I would, talking business and like wanting them to watch a video or doing whatever, or was it more building the relationship first, or kind of what's the balance of that for you?
So I definitely, for a lot of those that I really didn't know or haven't talked to in a really long time, it was definitely more on the video side, seeing if they're open to even first just check out a quick video. Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts, worst case scenario, at least, it's an option. And that's honestly my heart behind everything. It's just making sure that everyone knows that this is an option for them. And then for those that I maybe knew more a little better or have talked to, a little bit more in the past about the business and always on the fence or whatnot, or even people that on my list that I was like, they absolutely need to be in this business and they'd be amazing. Those are the people that I really wanted to get on the phone with ASAP. And so I was really going for wanting to create more of a connection and relationship with them. And honestly, I feel most confident in doing that when they can hear my voice and I can hear theirs. I don't know why, just that personal connection of whether it's just on a regular phone call or FaceTime or even Zoom. I do a lot of Zoom stuff too, which has been really fun because I always love being able to like see their face too and connect with them and like I'm a real human, and do that. I kind of lead more with that, and that's how I coach my team too. Like, I honestly just coach the girls that have joined and even gone to district here, in the past month or so. It's that, reaching out, to those top 10 that you have right now for the business. And then from there, just continuing to reach out to new people daily, and we'll adjust the approach depending on, who they are, if you know them personally or not.
Right. Awesome. Okay. So once somebody has had the conversation with you or has watched, let's just say a Discover Arbonne video, because I know a lot of my team is doing the video approach first. What do you say to like close them, to get them to join? How do you go about that?
So for the video approach, so people that I probably haven't shared Arbonne to before, or maybe not even heard of Arbonne before, and they've watched the video, I always book the follow-up. That's one thing that I will forever have ingrained from Maggie, is the fortune is in the follow-up. And I used to always be like, okay, yeah, I didn't follow up with people. It just seriously, if you can catch on to that one thing, it will change your business. And so now I follow up until they absolutely tell me no way. I truly don't give up on anyone, even if they do have hesitations at first. But if they watch the video, then I book another time to chat with them. And of course, like I already mentioned, I'd really, really like to get them on the phone and be able to talk through some of the questions that they have, or even some of their first hesitations. Worst case scenario, it can be, through Instagram DMs or even text. And honestly, just asking like, what were your thoughts? Like, what did you love most, about it? Like, truly everything that I've done here in this short few months is honestly what Maggie and Alexa is already coaching you to do. Like, I feel like I haven't done anything different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was in me, that changed. And now I'm just following what our leaders have laid out for us. And I've just put the passion and the drive and have made that shift, in my mindset. And that was a whole big piece that I lacked, was mindset and truly believing in myself and that I could do this and that I could lead others to do this. And that's what really changed. But other than that, yeah, just leading with my heart and honestly just asking people what they thought or what they liked best when it comes to like what I actually say. But.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so this is one of my questions laid down on my paper, but talking about mindset, what do you think you've done that really helped, or to get you to the mindset that you're at right now?
Yeah, so when we came back from that retreat, I know I keep talking about it, but it was truly so life-changing for me. So I hope to see you all at our January 19th one, because honestly, being around and rubbing elbows with such amazing women and leaders has been a game changer this past September and just in my entire journey. But from September, I came home and I told a few of the people that are closest to me, like my boyfriend and my mom and people, that I was like, you know what, I'm going for this Arbonne thing, and I'm truly, I'm playing full out. The next few months are going to be crazy, and I may not be as available, for certain things, and I may not be able to make everything when it comes to family events or whatnot, but I'm truly going for it, and I love your support. Either way, I just want to make sure because I needed that accountability by telling them, what my intentions were and what my goals were.
Right.
So they can also keep me accountable at the same time, understand why I'm like, busy all the time or whatnot. And then from there, I really had to sit down and get to my core on why I wasn't, where I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. And that, ultimately was the fact that I didn't believe in myself, to my core. And it was, you'll hear, and I'm sure you've shared with your team too, how you have a crack in your beliefs sometimes, whether it's in the business or the company or yourself or whatever it may be. But if you have that crack in any of those beliefs, that's ultimately going to hold you back. And so I don't know why, I really had just a revelation, I guess you could say, at our retreat, because I was like, okay, I believe in everything. I know this company is great. I love the products. I know I can be successful. Like, I've seen people do it. Like, why not me? But at the same time, I had to get real with like where I was at with myself. And so I realized that I was working against myself by not believing in myself and believing that I could do this. And that's, it seems so like, oh, duh. But for some reason, I was still had that disconnect. Yes. And so I dived in to personal development, dived into literally anything and everything I could, what I listened to in the car, even as I'm getting ready, and really guarding my mindset too from a lot of naysayers, even in my family or some friends that may, think what I'm doing is crazy or whatnot. Not that I'm not friends with them, I totally am, but I definitely protect and guard my mindset way more than what I ever before. And I think that's honestly been a game changer for my business.
Yes, I love that so much. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me read this. So what do you do or say, like mostly on social media, to capture people's attention and to keep them intrigued and for them to want to learn more about it? Is there something that is it in what you're posting? Is it in what you're saying?
So, yeah, so I don't know if I per se say anything specific because I honestly follow a lot of our scripts. Like I definitely don't deviate too much. I am not that creative when it comes to what to say. I definitely was the person that was like, Maggie, like, what do I say? You know, like always asking her, and she's like, why are you making such a big deal out of this? Like, you know, and so I truly just stick to the scripts, but also personalize them for who I'm talking to, and having still that deeper connection and not sounding just like a robot. But as far as keeping them intrigued and keeping them captivated, I think follow-up is where that will kind of help that. You know, I definitely book the follow-up or keep following up with them at least as close as I can until, you know, it's literally been like 5 or more times that they're not, you know, responding. Then I'm like, okay, I'll give it like a few more days. And then, you know what I mean? Like, it won't be as close, but truly just, you know, just leading with my heart. And I love voice memos. I love that we're now able to do even voice memos over Instagram too. That's one thing that I really took off with in my business, even when it comes to my team, and encouraging them, checking in with them, or if they have a question about some of the scripts or how to respond back to people, I always love using voice memos. And just once again, they can hear my voice, they can hear my excitement and my passion and my fire for this. And I would like to think that is, you know, kind of a game changer instead of just always like reading text, you know, but yeah, I just really, I don't, you know, it's just following those scripts and just being consistent, honestly. Like that's been huge in my business of falling in and out of DM qual forever. And then all of a sudden going DM qual, completing DM, then area qual, and now completing area. And it has honestly been such a roller coaster, but so much fun. And I just decided to play full out, you know, and reach and talk to however many people I needed to get me where I was going.
Yes.
But
awesome. Okay, so I have a few people who like all echo the same question. Feeling like they've reached out to so many people, and most of the time people don't answer, and you know, just not getting the results. So, any advice on that?
Yeah, so I definitely can totally relate. I still have a lot of people that still haven't responded to me.
Yeah.
And I have this conversation. I've had it several times since the new month with some of my team, like people on my team, or even the districts on my team, because they're now facing some of the same things. Because I definitely, when you get started, you may have, everyone's journey is different, but you may have a lot of supporters at first, you know, and people are like, oh yeah, absolutely, I'd love to learn more. And then after a month goes by, it's kind of like crickets. You know, we can feel like, okay, no one's replying back. Like, what's going on? And I still have that as I'm doing my reach outs, even with me posting a little bit more of my success per se. And just, that's another thing with Instagram too, is just really sharing my life and sharing more to my life than Arbonne has been huge too. That's something that I always, for some reason, was like, oh, how can I always stressed for some reason how I could fit Arbonne into like my Instagram profile, or, you know, just silly stuff. And it's just so crazy, you know, the things that we allow to distract us from actually doing, you know, stuff we need to do to build our business. But with the ignores and with the no responses, I don't even allow it for a second to affect my mindset, if that makes sense. So before, when I had a no response or ignore, I would literally be like, oh my gosh, like, you know, what's wrong? Did I say something wrong? Or what did I say? Or are they mad? Or do you think I'm weird? Or, you know, and I was all over the place with the no ignores, and it just would take me out of the game, you know, and it would literally just, I'm like, okay, so now every time I go to reach out again, I'm like so nervous. And so like, oh, I hope they respond, or, you know, whatnot. So now when I get the no responses, I truly have the heart and mindset that I get it. They may not know what to say, or they may not understand what this whole business thing is, or they may be nervous by it, or whatever it may be. I don't know that, but I'm going to do what's in my control, and that's going to continue to follow up with them, continue to share this journey with Arbonne and my heart behind this. And no matter what, I know to my core how incredible these products and more importantly, this business opportunity could be for them. So I'm seeing that vision for them, even if they can't see it for themselves. So I'm not giving up on them, even if they ignore me. Like, I'm sorry, but until you tell me no, like, I'm going to keep on talking to you, even if you don't reply back. Not that I'm here to like bug anybody or be annoying. Like I told you, I definitely give some time. Like, it's not a, daily thing. But I truly am just like, no, girl, listen, like, you need to at least hear me out. I'll tell people that sometimes, like, I totally get that you think, like I've had people tell me like, oh, I just don't think, I have enough friends to sell to, like, I don't have a good network, and, all the objections we, face with this, with running a business like this, or really anything. And I'm literally just like, listen, like, I really think you should hear me out. Either way, if it's not a fit for you, no big deal, but at least it's an option, and it's out there for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so someone asked, what's a good follow-up? So you're talking a lot about follow-up. But for people who might say, like, yes, I'm in, but next month, or, where they kind of put it off, do you have anything that you feel like to overcome that, to get them maybe to start sooner, or do you just keep, you know what I mean? Like, what do you do normally?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I want to do it, but I can't do it till next month.
Mm-hmm. So when I have people that say that, I come from a place of like, I totally understand. I get where, you're coming from. And like I said, I'm not here to like try to convince anybody or like force them to do anything. So I come at first with just a lot of understanding and really understanding where people could be at, not of like a, oh man, come on. Like, I've been following up with you for so long already. Like, or seriously, I really try my hardest, like, once again, with the mindset of just coming from an understanding place, and in that I planted my seed, and now I'm continuing to, take care of it, water it, and whenever the harvest comes, it will come. I don't know when, but either way, I'm staying in the game with follow-up and staying in there with just continuing to reach out with them. Hey girl, I know you couldn't join last month, but we have a group starting up really soon. And I know that this program will absolutely change your life and really help you reach your health and fitness goals like we talked about. And just really just, being, authentic with people and coming from an understanding place, and then just continuing to follow up. And no matter how long it takes, I'm not worried about that, because I'm doing my part by continuing to plant new seeds daily, and also, just continuing to follow up with whoever for however long it takes. And I think a lot of people too really like that. Like, you may have some that are like, whatever, like they just like keep ignoring you or whatnot. But for those that have come around after a few months, or even, gosh, a few years, I've had some of the girls in my team that I talked to literally a year ago, 2 years ago. So just continuing to plant those seeds. And I don't know. I hope that helped.
And I think it's really important that you said that it's not like you're waiting around for them, because I've been there. I'm sure you've been there. A lot of us have been there, where you have one or a few people who are like, yes, I'm in. And then they like ghost you or whatever, or they keep saying next month, or when this happens, when I save enough money or whatever. And whenever you have enough people, like, you're still talking to other people and you have other things in the works. It's not like you're desperate for that one person, if that makes any sense. So I feel like just talking to more people, really, and eventually they're going to jump in, or they're going to tell you no or whatever. But whenever you're sitting around waiting for them to finally sign up, you're like going crazy. And then you like, I don't know, it makes it about you. And
that was another thing too for me, was just deciding, like, because before all of this, my mindset was, definitely like, I would get so tripped up on people that would say they needed to wait, or they didn't have the funds right now to do it, or whatever it was. And then I'd kind of be like, kind of not aggravated, but just like, oh man, like, I was so excited for them to jump in, and now they didn't. Like, oh, what do I do? I was stuck, because I wasn't talking to anybody else. It was like, okay, these two.
All your eggs.
Yeah. And so now, and since September, it's honestly just been like, I'm continuing to reach out and talk with people about the business and also about our detox program. And I continue to follow up with even those that I've talked to here in the past few months, and just continue planting those new seeds daily and knowing that the harvest will come and that I'm doing my part and what I can control.
Right. Yeah. So do you have a kind of like your top couple things that you do every single day as far as how many reach outs or how many follow-ups? Do you have some kind of like system for that, or just your top 3 to 5 things that you're doing every single day to grow your business, really?
Yeah. So one of my top things is definitely personal development. That's been a game changer since September, which I already talked about, with mindset and just making that shift in believing myself. And so every morning I dive into personal development, and I also journal. That's something that I've started since September. And I don't really know where I got it from. I think I probably talked with Maggie about it. And then I recently kind of tweaked it a little from Rachel Hollis's journal, Start Today, where it starts with 5 things you're grateful for, 10 dreams that you've made happen. And so you write them down like they're already done. And then 1 goal that, yes, yeah. And that's honestly been huge, especially right when you wake up with your mindset. I was definitely the person before that was like, okay, yeah, that's great. And I journal for like a day and then never do it again, and like I would, you know what I mean? Like it just never stuck, and I never truly disciplined myself to do it.
Right.
And since doing that, since September, honestly, it is so powerful. And so I jump into that first thing. And even audiobooks have been huge too. I love listening to those as many times as I can throughout the day when I'm driving or getting ready or whatnot. And another thing too that I always love sharing, because I feel like a lot of people can relate to, is that from September, when I finally decided to play full out and go for this, and I was telling my close family members about it, is that I also spent time realizing where I was spending a lot of my time and energy that was not serving me and serving my business. And I had to cut those out, no matter how painful it was. Like, I don't know if anyone can relate to Netflix and just watching, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how many episodes of stuff, like, and just loving, like, literally was just like, oh my gosh, like, seriously obsessed with Netflix and everything. And I knew, like, okay, you know what? No more Netflix. Like, seriously, I had to get really real and honest with what was I needed that time to be for my business.
Yeah.
And then every day I try to reach out to 10. That's something that I've learned from some of the other girls that are, just exploding in this business. And so I decided to up my game. Before, it was, as many as I could fit in my time blocks, throughout the day of like my schedule. And now it's like I'm doing 10 new reach outs every day, and I'm going to spend some time even following up as well. And so just continuing to find that balance of following up and then at the same time talking to more people.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so speaking of social media, how much time, I guess, do you spend on it? Because you do really great, I feel like, just lifestyle and sharing the Arbonne products well. How much time do you feel like you do spend on there? And then when you're on there, are you mostly messaging people, reaching out? Are you, do you feel like adding to your story? What do you feel like are the most important things, I guess? Because a lot of people have that weird thing with social media, like they're trying to do it, but then they're only focusing on Arbonne, or vice versa. They're hardly sharing any Arbonne on there. So what do you feel like is the best balance, I guess, for social media, and how much time do you spend on it?
So I'm really intentional. That's another big word or big takeaway. It's just being, like I said, being really intentional with where you're spending your time and energy. And when it comes to social media, I had to be just very intentional with what I was doing when I was on there. So truly, when I go to get on there, and don't get me wrong, I still have times where I go on there just to like, oh, look, and whatnot, but that's way less. I'm definitely not on there as much just to scroll, if that makes sense. Now it's definitely more of a tool and resource for my business. And so I kind of like have had to shift my mindset around that and be more consistent with, I'm going to share something quick on my story, when it comes to Arbonne. And I love I love to use like a lot of the graphics that are created, or like little images and stuff that are really cute. And recently I decided for the 2019, I want to go live more and even talk more face to face when it comes to the camera, which can be really scary, and it makes me so nervous. And I'm like, I don't want to, but I'm like, you know what? If that's what it needs to take for me to get where I'm going, like I'm willing to do that, and I'm willing to for people to be able to see me, hear me talk, and just connect with me more, and hear my heart behind this business and why I'm doing it and how it's changed my life. And when it comes to posting, like on my main profile, I love to kind of have that, like, I don't really have a rule for it, but whatever feels, I guess, best to you, or, ask your leader. I'm sure, like Alexa, like you have like maybe a rule of thumb that you could give people just starting out, but like, I really love to share like lifestyle, and then like I'll have a post, designated for talking about, Arbonne, or like my recent promotion, or like a girl on my team getting her recent promotion and sharing that. So it's just really balancing the two. So if you want to follow, I've heard before, like the 3-to-1 rule, like 3 lifestyle to 1 Arbonne post, like you can definitely do that. That feels a little restricted to me, and I'm the type of personality, like if I feel that, I'm like, like I don't know if I'd be able, to like stick to that exactly. Yeah. But definitely big on sharing my life, and all the things that, because we are humans that have, families and friends and events, and just different things. I still feel like I need to step up my game when it comes to Instagram.
Yeah, I feel like it's so great because on stories, I feel like stories are a place where you can share more of your fizz, of the things that like your daily routine, and people want to see you and how you're a product of the product and things like that. Whereas on the main feed is good to be more lifestyle, who you are, why would people want to be friends with you? Why would they trust you or whatever? And so it is a good balance, but not feeling.
Yeah, it was like when you go on other people's page, or even someone you're messaging, or someone that you're going to follow, like, are you attracted, to their profile and to their pictures? And, so it's almost like being in that constant mindset of like, okay, me as the consumer of just going on other people's Instagram profiles, like if I go on one, am I immediately like, oh my gosh, this girl, she looks amazing. Oh, look at her. Like, oh, look at her dog. It's so cute. Or, whatever it may be. Like, and so take that with your profile and come from a place of like, what, is exciting, or what looks, attractive, and just, what would I love to share that other people would be like, oh, wow, that's, what I mean? Like, I want to check out her page or follow her, or, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so what are your favorite, if you have a few top favorite books, personal growth books?
So my number one book would be, our first couple of few is Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. Definitely one of my faves. And then also Mel Robbins' book. Oh my gosh, I'm horrible at remembering. Yes. I'm horrible at remembering names. I do this all the time. So I have to like write them down when I go to share them with my team, or else I'm like, okay, wait, the name was... But that Mel Robbins book that Alexa just said is another huge one. When she shared at last GTC, did the keynote. Yeah, when she was our keynote, that's been a game changer. And from there, I really got serious about just learning more about this industry and profession. So a lot of GoPro, Compound Effect, and even another one is the 4-Year Career. That one was huge for me. So I had to come from a place of like, okay, I want to step up my game in just learning about this industry and profession, and why it's so great, and why it's amazing, and why people should be a part of it, and why I wanted to be a part of it. And then at the same time, a lot of mindset. So a lot of limiting the beliefs that I had within myself, and just what I grew up with maybe, and even big on mindset around money has been huge. I've been diving into a lot of that because that's often a limiting belief for a lot of people. For myself, it was, and really shifting that perspective and mindset around money and just success in general. And I'm always looking for another recommendation. Like, I'm big, and which I never was big in reading growing up or even through school. Like, I did what I needed, but I was not like at home reading books or anything. So it's so funny with this business, just jumping into so much personal development and seeing, you know, who I'm becoming with it.
Well, they always say you can't out promote. Like you can only promote as much as like you are into your personal development. So that was something I wasn't consistent with reading. I mean, probably until I was ready to go VP, and it made such a big change. And I didn't necessarily think I needed it or whatever. But once I started, I was like, I craved it, and I could tell such a big difference in just how I talked and how I looked at things and things like that. So if you're not reading, definitely start reading, listening, like Christina said, audiobooks and podcasts. And there's so many ways now to feed ourselves. Okay, so I talked that we were roommates 2 times now at GTC. How do you feel like GTC, as we're coming up in a few months, how has that played a part in your journey or in your your belief?
I truly believe if I didn't go to GTC that first time, like I probably would have not stuck around in Argonne. Like I truly mean that, because when I went to the GTC 2 years ago, it honestly had such an incredible impact for my business, or in my mindset. I mean, I can't really say my business because I didn't really do much after, but when it comes to the business, but just my life in general, it just, I don't know, just being able to see the heart of this company, and also just the incredible community of people that we truly all come together and we're better together. And it honestly, and just from the speakers and the trainings, but also the one-on-one time that you get with people that you may have never met before, like Alexa, like you know what I mean? Like a lot of people I met, even just in, our nation, it's been incredible just to create closer friendships and rub elbows, like I said, again, with incredible people, and have a blast, but also just, it really solidified my belief in this company. Definitely 100%. Everyone needs to go. I believe that to my core.
Yes, me too. Okay, just 2 more things really quick, because I know we've taken longer. So Arvon, I know you recently promoted out 3 districts in your team, is that right? Okay, so what are you thinking about this new promotion, and what's been your strategy helping your team for the January reduced numbers? Are you like super excited like I am, or what's your thoughts on it, and then what's your strategy for your people to go district?
Yeah, so I am super excited for this reduced qualification requirements to be district. I think that it's absolutely incredible. Like I honestly was like mind blown for like 2 hours after Maggie did that live. I was like, this is insane. Like I am so excited. Like
yeah.
I was just like, what is happening? I was like, what? I don't even know. But so I am playing full out when it comes to my team, and even to contacting and getting new team members as soon as I can, because I truly want them to have the availability to get their first promotion this month. Like I want everyone to be able to have that opportunity, because I don't know if it's going to be around again or when or whatever. So I'm like, this is the month.
Yeah. Right.
And so, yeah, so I'm talking to my team members. I, of course, was like, told them like, oh my gosh, did you see this, or whatnot, because of the people that want to go district. And of course, getting them on the phone, doing a quick strategy, and asking them like what they're excited about, where they're at, what their goals are for this month. That's one thing too, is so quickly I've had to learn how to become a leader and really step into that mentorship role when it comes to my team. And it's been really fun, but also like sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I'm like doing this right, or if I'm a good leader, I don't know. But and just asking them what they're excited about, and then if they're wanting to go district, which I absolutely think they should 100%, and they're crazy not to, because this is incredible. And if they do want to jump on board, then I'm breaking down basically what Maggie shared, which is the 11 ASVPs. And then we're also at the same time looking for 2, business partners. So we're booking some overviews, some of the 20-minute overviews, or even videos too, which we can use, and getting really clear on their names list and circling those for the business. And even the virtual healthy happy hours through Zoom have been huge for my business since September. as soon as I have a strategy with a new consultant, it's, we're booking those virtual healthy happy hours as soon as we can, and, coaching them on how to invite. And then they're watching me do, the first 2 or 3, and then they duplicate the same thing. So it's truly just following our system, that our leaders have laid out for us. I haven't really done anything different besides the change in me, and then, just deciding to fully go for it and talking to a lot of people, and
and I love that you said that about finding 2 people, because if you find 2 people and you help them do their 11 and you're doing 11, that's area 12 in 1 month.
Like, oh my gosh, I know.
Just quick math, but I'm like, hello, that's amazing. So yes, I am so pumped, and every single person, no matter if you've been around for years or if you're brand new, you can find 11 people or 10 plus you to take advantage of our incredible specials that we have. So just so exciting. So last question to wrap us up. What are you most excited about for this year, for your business? Where are you going? What's going to happen for you? I know you're getting married and like lots of things.
So 2019 is definitely going to be, I think, the craziest year yet in my life, but I'm so stinking excited, and I am just truly grateful to just be where I'm going even right now when it comes to my business and stuff, especially having a very rough first half of 2018. So I'm really excited. Definitely joining the VP Club here as soon as I can, and I really want to help several others on my team do the same thing as soon as possible, and really pushing for that. So getting really clear on my goals, and then filling the gaps with the activity, with the reach outs, and just truly creating the life that I want. Getting married, super excited. So that'll be really fun to plan out this year too. So I'm like, okay, doing the wedding, growing my business. Like, I'm a little bit everywhere, but I'm super excited. And going to GTC, definitely. I will be walking across the stage. I'm super excited for that. Going to the incentive trip in October as well, I'm really excited about. So there's a lot of things and a lot of travel opportunities that are happening this year that I absolutely never thought I'd be able to do at 22 years old. And honestly, if I wasn't for Arbonne, I would not be doing this. I would not be traveling and not being able to have these incredible opportunities, and even getting married as soon as we can, and just different things like that. Arbonne has truly opened up so many doors for me that I wouldn't have without it. And so I'm very grateful. So when I'm talking with people, I share that with them. I share where I'm going, where I've been, and where this could potentially lead them as well. Right. And that I want to lock arms with them, and I want to show them how, and I'm truly here to help them along the way and along this new journey. And so, yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be a crazy year, but it's going to be amazing. And so I'm super excited.
I love it so much. And I know, kind of just reflecting on your journey, it may have seemed like, when is this going to happen to me? But comparing, you're only 22 years old. I didn't even start my business till I was 23. And just to have the life that you're creating right now at the age of 22, before you're married or as you're planning your wedding, and just, it's truly incredible, even if it's taken you a little bit longer than maybe you originally thought it would. And I just love how you have such a heart to help other people. I think that is the best quality that you can have in this business, is to really care and want to help as many people as you can. So I absolutely know that you're going to hit all of those goals, and I'm so thankful for you for taking some time today. And I know my team, a few of them hopped on, but I know everybody's going to check out the recording. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I'm so excited for you, and just so grateful.
Thank you for having me. I'm truly so honored. I hope I was as helpful as I could be. I was honestly so nervous. It stinks that the Facebook Live didn't work, but I'm still so excited just to share anything and everything I could with you guys, because I definitely have had a very long journey, and it's been incredible just in a few months seeing what being intentional and disciplined and just going for it can do for your business, and locking arms with your leader too, and your mentor, which has been huge. So thank you so much. I'm so glad I could hop on and share.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.